What's up, everybody? We are playing some The Other Side. I got my buddy Ryan here. And it's been kind of a long time since we played The Other Side. Do you remember the last time you played The Other Side?
Years.
It's been a little while, so we might be a little bit rusty on the rules. So get down in the comments if you notice us making any mistakes. But we're gonna run a one commander game. We're gonna basically be sticking to the starter boxes. I'm gonna be playing Abyssinia. He's gonna be playing Gibbering Hordes. And we're gonna kind of take it slow and walk you through. It's not gonna be a full tutorial, but we're gonna kind of walk you through what's happening as we do it. At the time that this is going up, there should also be a participation league going on for TOS. So I'll leave a link to the announcement video below, assuming that that all came together. And you can check that out because there's all kinds of prizes that you can win and cool stuff. So don't miss out. So this is the table. We are playing in the Three Kingdoms, as you can see. I don't have any cherry blossom trees, although this map does have cherry blossoms, so that's something I'm going to have to fix. But we're going to be playing build fortifications from the new Fields of Glory. So what that's going to be is we have to get to the opponent's table half and drop an objective, and then at the end of the turn you're going to get points for every objective that you have on the opponent's table half, and you can also break the opponent's objectives to stop them from scoring. Plus, you always get 2 points if you kill an enemy commander. So this is going to be my army. This is, like I said, just the contents of the Abyssinian Allegiance box. We have a unit of Mihal Safari. These are kind of like my core infantry. They're pretty tough. They hit pretty hard. They're very expensive for regular infantry. We then have Prince Unathi with a handheld recording device. So he's kind of a support commander. He can give out reinforcement tokens, and he can shoot his little rocket launcher. Handheld recording device is going to give him a little extra card draw because Abyssinia just got changed, and now we get less card draw, which is unfortunate. We got another unit of Mihal Safari, same as the first, and then we got Crow Runners, which are kind of like Scheme Runners. They have the ability to move at the beginning of the turn, and they can kind of go around the flank and score some points. So that's the plan. And then we got the Gibbering Hordes. You want to tell us about what you got here?
Absolutely. So I think we can all agree objectively this is the coolest faction in the game. I'm not sure why Jeff went with those boring guys over there. This is the Storm Siren. She's a control piece. She's going to do a lot of manipulation regarding these tide pools.
Nightmares. Luckily, Hazardous is not as threatening as it used to be. But
my understanding is she was nerfed a little bit, perhaps for the best. The core of this box are the Skulkers. These guys are pretty cool in that they are kind of weak for their points unless they're in some kind of terrain, and then they become very, very scary. So they're very movement based, which is kind of tied to the whole faction here. These guys are the Karkanoi. Gibbering Hordes tends to not hit very hard, but the Karkanois, I think, to my memory, like the one real exception, at least for the squads. These guys are very hard hitting. Maybe my favorite squad in the faction.
And they also are the ones that give you your eggs that allow you to.
They spawn eggs. They do. Yeah, I'm gonna do a lot of respawn kind of stuff.
Right. So a few things have changed with my army, and I don't actually have the allegiance card to show it. But the couple of things that my army is gonna do in terms of special rules is I have a trigger that I can get on tomes that will allow me to draw a card out of my discard pile that's a 5 or under. And in addition to that, I'm going to start with all of my ones in my discard pile, and they will never go back into my deck. So I actually have my ones separated out here, and anytime they would go back into my deck, they will just get discarded once again. So we're playing a little bit more. We're the fancy elite people, so we don't get.
So they're not removed from the game. The ones are not removed from the game.
Right, which is important because then I can draw them with the trigger. So if I get the trigger right away, I can draw the ones
out of your discard pile.
Right.
I see.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So I'll be curious. I haven't played with the new changes. They just got changed recently, so I'll be curious how this goes. We used to just get card draw, which was really, really powerful, but
it was horrible.
It was maybe a little bit of a problem, but we'll see how it goes. I then also have a hand of stratagems, and these are a secret until I use them, so we won't talk about those out loud until the time comes. Do you want to tell us about the Gibbering Hordes allegiance and the special abilities that you get?
Sure. So the core of any allegiance is probably the way the models flip to glory. The way the Gibbering Hordes do it is they eat one of their own fire teams. So I'll take however many models are left on one of these, just straight up kill it, remove it from the table. That will flip one of my guys to glory, which is probably the most consistent way any faction can do it. I can just choose to do it whenever, but of course there is a distinct downside there. But that pairs well with their other core ability, which allows them to take squads as they are fully removed from the table, and by investing some resources, have them come right back. So it's the swarmy faction. Everything that Jeff kills is hopefully going to be right back on the table next turn.
That's the thing. So they don't really do summoning, but they do bringing back their dead, effectively. So
Correct.
Everything I kill will just end up back on the table. There were definitely games back in the day that I won after killing your entire army at least once over, and you ended the game with as many models on the table, if not more.
Yeah. They're definitely the swarmy faction. I'm going to try to, especially with this, what's called Operation.
Yeah.
Certainly my focus is going to be, these are like the fragile boys. Those are the tough boys. Yeah. So I've learned the hard way that trying to fight Abyssinia head on as Hordes is not going to work out. So hopefully I'll just be taking more points.
Having way fewer cards in my hand will certainly change that, I think. But I guess we'll find out.
Well, or I guess the same number, but they won't be good cards.
They'll be cheap
by default.
Right.
Yeah.
So the idea is that I'll discard them for
passing,
either passing or for using my prototype assets, which are weapons that are like weird, have strange functions, but you need to drop a card to do it.
Right. Okay.
And also, interestingly, because of the way interesting for this matchup, because of the way that the hazardous terrain got changed, it allows me to cheat low cards to avoid the damage. So I actually will be able to use those cards to not take hazardous, which is a slight benefit in this particular matchup because of that change, which is interesting. I don't know, I don't know how it'll work out, but I've definitely been victimized by the Storm Siren before, so I'm not upset about it.
That's true. Those tide pools can get really, really tricky.
Pretty brutal, but I think we're all set to jump into it then. During scouting, we are going to activate a couple of Allegiance-specific rules, so I will be placing some prototype assets on my models. In this case, I get 2, and I'm going to take the flare gun. So lets me call in a Zeppelin bombardment. I'm going to put that on the Mihal Safari. And an experimental rocket, which I think I'm just going to put on the other Mihal Safari. And then after that, Gibbering Hordes are going to place some tide pools. Gibbering Hordes, tide pools, blocking off the center of the board. What do the tide pools do to me?
So they are concealing and difficult. Concealing naturally means models have concealment if you're trying to shoot through them. Difficulty is half speed, I believe.
Difficult means that if I rush through them, I take a hit.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you can walk, you can advance through them.
You can advance through them, yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
But I believe you have a way to also make them hazardous.
So if the Storm Siren is in glory, they become hazardous.
There you
go. Given the operation is going to be forcing Abyssinia to try to contest, I'm assuming right on the outside of the my half of the board here. I figured I would take this opportunity to try to clog it up a bit.
Probably a good call. So these are, the force will be concealing. I guess we can also call them, what's the other?
Difficult.
Difficult, there you go. So you can't, if you rush through them, you'll take a hit. The buildings will just be blocking, and I think that's all we really need to know for that. But yeah, you've effectively shut down the whole center of the board. After that, we are going to move on to deployment, and first we would deploy our Titans, but neither of us have any Titans, so then we will deploy our squads, and I will start, and it will be a 12-inch deployment zone on my side of the table. And the first thing we do at the beginning of the turn is draw tactics tokens, which is a resource that we're going to use for all sorts of different things, including drawing cards and scoring our objectives. In a single commander game, so the way it works is you get 2 just for playing, and then you get 2 more for every commander that you started the game with. So in this game, we'll both draw 4 tactics tokens. We would normally then have an opportunity to reinforce, but no one has died or gotten any reinforcement tokens, so we'll skip that. And we go over to start of turn effects. So I actually have a start of turn effect allowing my Mihal Safari to take a walk, so I'll do that now. Gibbering Hordes have no start of turn effects, so then we move on to cards and stratagems. So first we can spend any number of tactics tokens to draw that number of cards. I'm going to choose to discard 2 and draw 2 cards.
I think I'm going to spend 2.
Alright.
To draw 2 cards.
You copied me.
I did.
This is what we're working with here. And then we get to spend our tactics tokens to buy stratagems out of our deck. So I am going to buy Overclocked, which is a special one that allows me to either attach a new prototype asset or take an attack with a prototype asset without discarding a card. And unlike most stratagems that are one-time use, this will actually go back into my hand after I use it. So I can actually use it every turn as long as I discard a card.
Okay, I'm going to spend a single tactics token, and I'm going to purchase Spawning Moon.
All right. What does that do?
So, in order to use this stratagem, I need an egg clutch in play, and I don't have any to start, but fortunately my lobster boys over here
Poop them out.
are good at laying eggs.
Yep.
In order to use this, I will have to sacrifice an egg marker and spend more tactics tokens, but it will allow me to generate a completely new squad from anywhere amongst the faction onto the table.
Spicy. And that only costs 1 point?
So it's 1 to purchase, but then when I activate it, I have to spend more based on the cost of the unit that I'm summoning.
That makes sense. Cool. All right. And then we start playing. I think I have initiative because I'm the attacker, so I have to do everything first, but I get to go first. So I think I'm going to be cheeky, and instead of going first, I'm going to discard this 3 and pass it over to you. Now, in a normal game, if you discard to pass right now, that ends the turn, but I have a special ability where I can choose to not end the turn, because I'm
that's right.
Abyssinia, and we're cool like that.
Okay, I will discard a card and pass as well.
All right.
This might be the least eventful turn 1.
Yeah, I mean, it's very important to not be to get the last activation, as it is in Malifaux. I think I will, in fact, activate someone then, and let's get the party started. I'm going to activate these Mihail's Fire in the middle here, and they're going to take a focus effort order, which means they can't move, but they are going to gain an Inspire token, which is kind of like a rough equivalent to a focus, but what it does is it gives me +2 to a duel that I can spend when I would cheat. They're out of range to do any shooting, unfortunately. But what they are going to do is use their prototype asset, the flare gun, because it has a 36-inch range. And we have to discard a card in order to do that. So this is a versatile ability, which means that I can do it in addition to any actions I would get from the order that I used. So I will discard the 5, and I will shoot the flare gun. Let's shoot it at the skulkers on the right here. That's it. So this is going to be accuracy 4 against your defense.
Defense is 5. Because the skulkers are in base contact with terrain, I will flip 2 cards and choose 1.
Gross.
And it is indeed gross. I think I'll go with the 11.
Alright, that'll miss. Over to you.
Alright, I'm going to activate the Storm Siren. Because of her Uncanny Instincts upgrade. When she activates, I will draw a card. And if I would like, I can discard this card that I just drew and draw another one, which I will choose to do, because that was a 3. Alright, I'm going to give her the... Was it Focused Effort? What's it called?
Focused Effort.
Focused Effort. She'll get an Inspired token. Okay, so she's going to use her Healing Magic ability, targeting the Carcanine. 4 versus 10, so I need a 6 for this to go off. That is a 9 of crows. Okay, so I'll spend my Inspired. So my total was 13. This will bring it to 15. So the action will be successful, and that will give me a margin trigger of 5, which will allow me to take the action again.
Alright.
So the effect here will be that the Carcanoi squad will gain a reinforcement token.
Mm-hmm.
If they want to, then they can then immediately spend it to reinforce, which I'll of course not be doing. And then the trigger will allow me to take this action again. I will once again target the Carcanoi. I need a 6.
And they also get buffed from reinforcement tokens, right?
That's correct. So they have a passive effect that increases their acting values across the board based on how many reinforcement tokens they have.
Pretty spicy.
Yep. Yeah, I kind of hate to do it, but I think I'm going to cheat in this 13.
Nice.
Unfortunately, this action can only be taken once per activation, and can I not use the trigger again if it's an extra action, like Malifaux? Or if I keep getting the trigger, can I just do it over and over again?
No.
Okay.
You can't
Okay.
do it over here.
So I will not be able to declare the trigger here, but my Carcanine will receive a second reinforcement token.
Very good. You can actually use those to heal at the beginning of the turn or for your little buff, so they're extra useful.
One thing I forgot to do, and if Jeff would be so kind as to allow me to amend it, is to generate tactics tokens.
Oh, yeah, of course.
No, that I was potentially not doing. So the Siren has a whopping 3 tactics tokens.
Yeah, so when you activate a commander, they have a tactics value in the bottom left, and that you generate those when you activate them.
So I will go back up to 4 tactics tokens, or at least I should have done that at the start for activation. And then that will be it for the Siren.
So I'm going to activate the Mr. Prince Unathi, and because of his upgrade, when I activate, I draw the top card of my discard pile, which is unfortunately a 7, but it's better than nothing. And because he's a commander, he's going to get a... Well, I got to give him an order first. So he'll take a focused effort, and we will take an inspired. And he's going to get a normal action, as well as a morale action. So to start, we're going to do call for reinforcements, and we are going to target these guys on the right here, because they were an 8. So he needs to flip a 6. That is a 9, so I will radio and enemy movements. I'm just shy of being able to flip the glory if I spend that inspired, but that's fine because it's a margin 6. But I will declare the trigger to draw a card out of my discard pile under a 5. Take that 3 atones, that's pretty sweet. They gain a reinforcement token. That's the important bit, just in case they get beat up. And after that, we will field test. We'll target the guys with the flare gun again, I think. Need to flip a 4. That's a 2. So what we're going to do is we're going to cheat the 3 of tomes and spend the inspired to...
Wouldn't the 2 have done it with the inspired?
It would, but I like that trigger better.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Sure.
Oh, I guess it's the same effect because I'll just draw that card back. Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
I guess you're right.
It doesn't make a difference. So I'll spend the inspired. It'll go off, and they get to take an attack with a prototype asset, and then I have to draw, and then I get to draw a card. But in order to do the attack, I have to discard a card. So we'll just get rid of that 3 again. Cycling cards, and they're gonna shoot. It's because they're in concealing terrain they get positives?
No, they just have to be in base contact with any type of terrain.
Is it the fire team or is it the...
Each fire team checks. So if you target one of these guys, you will...
Sounds like a plan, because this attack ignores line of sight and cover. So let's do the guys all the way on the left. So this will be 4 against defense.
Defense is 5. I'm at an 11.
I'm at a 10. So unlike in Malifaux, the attacker always cheats first in this game. So I can cheat the card, I can spend the inspired, or both. I will spend the inspired. So that puts me at a 12.
Okay, I will not modify.
Alright, unfortunately, I don't get any fun triggers on that with a strength of 2.
Armor is 5.
Alright, so I just need a 3 to hurt him. That'll do 1 point of damage. First blood.
First blood.
I like it. Okay. That resolves his Unathi's second action, so then I draw a card off of that. And he is done. Over to you.
I'm going to activate the Carcanine. When they activate, I'm going to have them consume this fire team.
Om nom.
Om nom. They're delicious.
So far you've done more friendly fire than I've done.
As a result, they will flip to glory.
Alright.
Alright, I'm going to give them the focused effort order. They will take an inspired token. They may each take an action. I'm going to have each of them use the spawning, which is the ability that they would use to summon an egg.
Mm-hmm.
Normally they need a 9, but because of these 2 reinforcement tokens, they need a 7. So I guess we'll start off with this one. Okay, he will succeed. And he will get the trigger. I guess I'll do them in order, right? That makes sense. So I will declare the margin trigger of 3 for rapid reproduction, so we will actually summon 2 eggs into base contact.
Gross.
That looks fine. Alright, this guy needs a 7. Oof. Alright, he will fail. Okay, and then finally this guy needs a 7. Alright.
Must suck to have 1s in your deck.
Yeah. Alright, I think that's gonna be them.
Yeah, before I activate, I'm going to use my overclocked stratagem, and we are going to take another throw type asset shot. We'll use the flare gun again. I don't have to discard a card to do it, but if I want to keep this card in my hand, I have to discard a card afterwards. So they're going to take a prototype flare gun shot at the same target. See if we can pick them off. Can you eat something from your own squad when you?
Yes.
So this will be 4 against your defense.
Defense is 5. 17.
Gross. And I don't have any inspired left. And I will discard this 5 in order to have this go back into my hand. I can't spend it again on this turn, but I will be able to use it later. And then we'll activate these Meow Safari, and they're going to take a rush order. So rush order gives me double speed movement, so I get most of the way up the board, but I can only take melee attacks and versatile actions. So I can use my experimental rocket here. I feel like the odds of me doing anything with it are pretty bad. I have to discard a card to do it. So I think I will actually choose not to. And it's back over to you.
Activate one of my egg clutches.
Mm-hmm.
It is going to take the focused effort order. It will get a inspired token.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to attempt the hatch action. I need a 7. Okay, that will fail even if I were to spend the inspired. And that will be that egg.
My last unit will be the Crow Runners. They're going to take a focused effort and gain a reinforcement token, because otherwise it'll be hard for them to get them. And I am all activated, so it's over to you.
Okay, I'll activate my second egg clutch, and he's going to take the same line of actions as the first. He will gain inspired via focused effort. He will attempt to hatch. I need a 7. Okay, that's going to work. So he will, the effect here is that he will flip to glory, which aesthetically is him hatching from his egg. Unlike most units, he is unable to go back to non-glory now that he is broken free, so to speak.
But now he gets actions he can do, right?
Right, so now that he's in glory, he gains a movement speed. Earlier they can't move, and he also gains a rather pitiful melee attack. But he also gains a fairly interesting support ability, which will perhaps come up later.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, that will end his activation. Jeff will automatically pass because he's out of models to activate. He does not need to discard a card to do so.
Indeed.
Alright, so I think what I'm going to do first is I'm going to play my Spawning Moon stratagem.
Mm-hmm.
So when I play it, I will choose an egg clutch. I'll choose the one that did not successfully hatch.
Mm-hmm.
I will discard any number of tactics tokens. So I'm going to discard 4 tactics tokens. So I can now summon what I will choose to summon is a single brand new Karkanoi fire team.
That's all they cost?
Well, they cost 8, but it's 2 per. So 4 tactics tokens is worth 8 points, so to speak. So my fresh crustaceans here will spawn, or summon, I guess is the term, in base contact with the selected egg, and then the egg will be killed.
Yep, and when you summon, you just get 1 fire team, but it is full, so it's got all the models on it, and they cannot be... they count as unactivated, so they get to go, but they can't interact with objectives the turn they summon.
Alright, I'm going to move on to activating the Skulkers here.
Mm-hmm.
When they activate, I'm going to use their glory flipping ability to have, we'll say these guys eat this squad right here.
Mm-hmm.
As a result, they will flip to glory. For their action, I'm going to have them take an advance order. That's what it's called, right?
Yep.
Okay. They will move not very far. Just going to inch them over a bit because they were not quite in range of where I needed them to be. And that will end their activation. Mm-hmm. Then I will move on to the Karkanoi here. When they activate, they will consume the final squad here.
Killing your own units.
So indeed, this entire squad is now finished. But the new Karkanoi will flip to glory. Alright, they are going to take the focused effort order. They'll pick up an inspired token. Oh, you know what? I apologize. I am going to give them the focused effort order, but instead of giving them inspired, I'm going to give them a reinforcement token, which they prefer.
Especially considering that they're only one base.
Absolutely, yes. On that note, they actually have a special ability that allows them to reinforce as an action, so they are going to attempt that. So normally they would need a 6, because this token gives them a +1 to their acting values. They will need a 5. Okay, that will work. They simply reinforce, which means that they can spend a single reinforcement token, which they will do. And as a result...
More Karkanoi.
Right, so that will respawn 2... Right, it's 2 by default?
Yeah.
So that will spawn 2 new guys, because the current fire team is full. They will spawn onto a new base. Okay, that will be the end of their activation. And all that leaves are my skulkers over there. Alright, I'm just going to give them the rush order. So they can move up to a total of 12 inches. I'm going to...
Do they ignore the...
They do not. They do not. So I'm going to do what I can to prevent them from getting hurt here. Right to here.
Do they ignore that severe terrain?
Correct. So all my units will ignore tide pools.
So you just gotta miss the forest, basically.
Correct. The forests will be an issue. I guess I can't rush and end in base contact with this without getting hurt.
You'll take a hit, but you can cheat it, because now you flip it, I don't.
Okay, well if that's the case, I may as well run them as far as I can. And I think I'm going to put these guys right here.
So it looks like 2 of them rushed through the difficult terrain. So they're both going to take a hazardous 2 hit. You want to start with the injured one?
Sure. So their armor is 5, so I'm hoping to flip a 1 or a 2 here. That is not a 1 or a 2. There's no like increased damage for a higher card. Is it like automatically powerful attacks? Is that what you mean?
No. It doesn't increase, but this is a penetration flip. This is not a duel.
Oh,
so
I see what you're saying.
I believe that would be 2
I have to
damage unless there's
5.
it would be
12. It would be 2. Okay, I will cheat this 4 from my hand to reduce it to 1.
Okay.
So I prefer to not lose that entire fire team.
Indeed.
And then for my final fire team that went through, they will also take 1 damage.
Alright. Sometimes you gotta risk it.
And that will be their activation, and that should be the turn.
Alright, so that's all of our activations. So we're gonna clean up some stuff. No one has scored any points because none of us have done any objectives yet. And we'll move on to turn 2. We have shuffled our decks, our discard piles back into our decks, and I've taken my 1s out because I'm a fancy lad. And then we'll go to start turn 2. First thing we do in the start phase is generate tactics, so I will gain my 4, put me up to 6. Then start of turn effects. I forget who becomes the attacker defender based on the fact that you activated last.
So I activated last, which means you activate first. I don't know if that means that you just have the initiative.
We'll assume that that's the case, because that makes some sense. Yeah. So I will do start of turn effects. Well, actually, first we reinforce. I don't have anything to reinforce. Do you have anything that you need to reinforce?
Nope.
Okay. So my start of turn effect will be to have my crow runners take a walk. So we'll do that. So they're going to run further up the side of the board, but we're staying out of the engagement range of the fish boys. And do you have any start turn effects?
I do. So I will be using the endless numbers effect that I have with my Gibbering Hordes allegiance.
Mm-hmm.
I will spend 2 tactics tokens. 1 will be to bring back a fire team from the Skulkers squad that was fully decimated, and the other one will be to bring back the egg clutch. So the way this typically works is that each unit will be summoned somewhere in my deployment zone, adjacent to a table edge, and then I can allow it to move double its speed. However, both of these models have unique interactions with this effect. The Egg Clutch can simply go anywhere at all on the table that he wants. So I'm going to place him over here. And then the Skulkers also have the same ability in that they can start off anywhere, although in doing so they will not get to double move. So wherever I place them will be where they land. Technically the egg could have double moved, but it doesn't have movement. So
It did double move.
It did, technically it did, yeah.
0 times 2.
There you go. So I'm going to put this boy.
Alright, so we have lots of fish monsters back on the table, which is unfortunate. That was upkeep, so we'll go over to draw cards. So you can spend tactics to draw as many cards you'd like. I will spend 2 and draw 2.
Do tactics tokens have like a combat use that I'm forgetting?
You get to reflip. I do.
Just with the commander?
Nope.
Really? Any unit can just reflip?
Yep.
Oh, okay. If that's the case, yeah, you know what, it worked out so far. I'm just gonna copy Jeff again. I'm gonna draw 2.
Ridiculous.
I'm just gonna just.
How many do you have left? None.
So that will be my last 2. That's correct.
All right, and then I will spend 4 to pick up expert training, which basically allows me to activate a squad a second time. And I'll put it back down to no tactics, and then it is my first activation.
So you activate a squad and then you spend the stratagem?
No, so the stratagem. The stratagem phase is like before you activate a unit, so it's the first thing that you have to choose. When I do that, I have to immediately follow it by activating that squad the second time. So I have to have already activated these guys, and then on a subsequent activation, I can spend that first.
After
they've
they're activated. Right. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So unfortunately, you're going to be wildly out activating me because of these eggs and stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to activate Prince Unathi, and we're going to get our 2 tactics tokens. Because those are very important. Because of his upgrade, I get to draw the top card of my discard pile, which I will conveniently make the 1 of Tomes, even though I don't think I'll ever get anything off on a 1 of Tomes. Seems unlikely. And the first thing that he's going to do is field test to command those Mihasfari to fire the flare gun. So field test is going to need... Oh, I should give him an order first. That's probably important. We'll take a focused effort for a inspired and try to make sure we do the things we want to do. So field test needs a 4. To cheat or to inspired. We'll spend the inspired, so that will go off, and they will then use a prototype asset, but they don't have to... No, they do have to discard a card. So we'll just ditch that 1, because I didn't like it anyway. And then they'll shoot the flare gun, and because it ignores line of sight and it's a very long range, we're going to shoot that egg because it's an easy target, and I want to get to glory. Like that's the whole point of all these. So this is going to be a 4 against defense.
Defenses too.
That's going to be a 9.
To my 5.
Do I want to cheat and hopefully get more things? No, that wouldn't be enough more things. So I'll let that ride.
And how does the tie work again?
I hate you. It
Just 1 damage normally? Okay.
just means I won't get any margin triggers.
Alright. I think you got it.
Alright, so this is going to be strength 2.
Armor 4. Let's see that 1.
I think I got this, boys.
Oh, of course.
Damn, that was the one I wanted before. Alright, Egg Clutch is dead. I will then... I don't think we've actually explained how the armor penetration flips work, but so let me just touch that on that really quick. So the attack has a strength, which then you flip a card off the top of the deck and you add those 2 numbers together. And if they meet the target's armor, they do a point of damage. For every 5 they exceeded by, they do an additional point of damage. But an Egg Clutch just has 1, so he gets popped. That was just a waste of a card with a suit I like. Unfortunate. But I do get to draw a card at the end because this was Prince Unathi's thing. Yeah. Let's try that again. We'll do another field test. Needs a 4.
Oh, fuck. Oh, I fucked up. pissed.
What happened?
So I forgot that this guy was hatched. He was in glory, and I would have changed what I did, but it's fine.
Oh. Did he have better defense or something?
Yeah, that would have been the means of whatever. It's alright.
Alright, so that will go off. Unfortunately, I still have not gotten any triggers to flip myself to glory. So they're going to take another flag round attack at the last egg. Another 4 against defense. I do have to discard to do it. And then we'll go back to shooting a flare gun or a bombardment at the.
And it ignores concealment as well, I assume.
Concealment and line of sight, yep.
Okay. Okay, defenses too.
This is the 4.
That puts me at a 7.
I'm at a 6.
How many cards do you have left in hand? Non-stratagems, obviously.
4.
3, 4. Oof.
You're at a 7?
I'm at a 7.
So we're going to cheat the 6. And that puts me at a 10.
I will not be modifying.
Okay. So most prototype assets have a special trigger that says that instead of doing my card draw stuff, I can use the tomes to flip the glory. So I will spend the tomes to a resounding success and flip the glory. And then we will do the penetration flip. I think I need a 2, right?
Yes.
I'll take it.
That'll do it.
Pop the egg. And did I draw the second card for his? No, because it's after that. So then I'll draw my last card for the morale action on Unathi. And that is the end of his activation. Now, I can decide if I want to coordinated strike because he's my commander, which means I get to activate another model and I don't have to spend a resource.
Is that a... Well, that's not your stratagem, that's something else.
That's just a default rule. So normally you activate models and alternate back and forth. You can choose to activate another model one more time, but you have to spend a tactics token to do it unless one of the models was a commander. So because I activated Unathi,
and the commander
I have to choose whether I want to do that.
I'd forgotten about that. Okay.
Unfortunately, I took back quite a bit of the activation control, so I'm not sure if I want to just do something else or let you have it. How many do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? I think I'll let you go.
Alright, I think I'm going to activate the Storm Siren. Right. When she activates, I will generate 3 tactics tokens.
So I got 2, you got 3.
When she activates, I will also draw a card. And if I don't like it, I may discard it to draw another card. Yeah, why not? I'm feeling lucky. I'm feeling lucky.
Ditching an 8, huh?
Feeling lucky. Okay. She is then going to receive a focused effort order. I'm going to have her pick up an inspired token.
Mm-hmm.
Let's put this over here. And then we are going to use Relics of Ancient Malifaux targeting. I think I'm going to go with these Karkanoi over here. I almost forgot. When she activates, I'm going to have her consume this fire team to flip to glory. Beyond that, same thing. She's going to focused effort, pick up the inspired. Relics of Ancient Malifaux targeting the original Karkanoi over here. She needs a 6 for this to go off. That is a 7.
It's more than a 6.
It is more than a 6, although I was hoping to get the trigger. I suppose that's okay. Alright, so that will work. These Karkanoi will receive another reinforcement token. And unfortunately, she still doesn't have anyone in range of her Siren's Call, so I'm going to instead attempt Endless Rain. I need a 10 for this to go off. That will do it. I will create a Tide Pool terrain piece anywhere within 30 inches in line of sight of her. It cannot be touching any enemy fire teams. Unfortunately, I'm out of Tide Pools.
Well, it'll be a blank Tide Pool, that's fine.
She is in glory. So they are now officially hazardous.
Gross.
So I can't be touching you, so I'm just going to give it a tiny little nudge.
Mm-hmm.
It's there. And that will be her activation.
Coordinated striking, or?
Nope. I think I would prefer to get you out activated sooner than later.
Over to me then. So before I activate, I will use Overclocked, and in this case, instead of using a prototype asset, I am going to attach a new prototype asset. So we are going to pick up... That's not the right one. We're going to pick up Shock Batons, and these are going to go on the Crow Runners. This is just a kind of buffed melee attack. And I will discard a card to put that back in my hand. Which got 5. So we'll activate the Crow Runners. We'll give them an advance order, and we'll have this fire team in the back here take a shot at the single lone Skulker. You will have cover, so this will be -2 to my acting value, so that puts me at a 3.
Defense is 5, I will flip 2 cards. I'm glad I'm flipping 2 cards. Okay, that didn't help too much.
A 1 and a 2. So I have to modify first. You'll be shocked to hear that I will not be modifying.
What was your actually 4?
I'm at a 3 with your cover, so...
Okay, so 14.
Yeah.
Okay, I will not be modifying.
Okay, so you're at a 7.
I'm at a 7. That's
okay, so that gives me a margin of 7. So I'm going to declare radio and enemy movements and Eureka. So that will put me a glory after the damage flip, and I will also draw a 5 or lower from my discard pile. This is going to be Strength 2.
Armor is 5.
That's a 5. Nailed it.
On the dot.
So that front unit will go down. I will draw... Do I have a 5 of stones in here by any chance? I don't think so. I do like my tomes. I have a 4 tomes. I'll take a 4 tomes. And they will also flip to glory. So now we get some new fun toys to play with. So then we're going to take our advanced movement. We'll get right up in that forest there, and we have both of them engaging these guys and not that guy. So I now have the option to use my shock batons, which are accurate, meaning they can only ever do point of damage, but they have a higher accuracy, higher acting value, or my default melee attack, but which is not accurate, meaning it can do multiple damage, but it is a less powerful attack. So I think I'm going to go with the normal melee because I would rather have the opportunity to wipe you off the board in one shot. So we're going to have the fire team on the inside to the left there, take a melee attack against the guys in the back, and this will be a 5 inch defense.
Defense is 5. Puts me at a 10.
17. I will not modify.
What's the strength on this?
2. And you gain a shaking token.
Okay, I will not modify.
You're at a 10?
Oh wait, I could spend a tactics token to flip again.
You could.
No, I think I'll, yeah, I won't modify. So I'm gonna close that at 10.
Rolling at a 10. I am at a 17, so I can use my margin to declare powerful attack and get up to a 3. Which I think is what I will do. So, add in a 3. That's a 12, which should be enough to do 2.
Yes, it is.
Goodbye. Well, this is going much better than I expected. And I left those guys out of melee range, but I do at least get to take a shot at you. So, I mean, I could do the objective, but you'll just make me regret that. So, we will take another shot. Flechette shotgun, 6 versus defense. So the way the concealing and cover works is that because that has the concealing characteristic, it can confer cover, but you can see through it. And the way that cover works is if I am within 2 inches of the piece of terrain that is providing you cover, then I ignore it. But unfortunately, I'm outside of 2 inches from that pool, so you will be getting cover from my attack. And we will do a flechette shotgun. So I would be a 6, but I'll be down to a 4 because of that.
My defense is 5. I will keep this 11. That'll put me at a 16.
And on I don't think there's much I can do about that. So that's going to miss. And they are done. Over to you.
Okay. I'm going to activate the gloried, weakened Karkanoi here. They're going to take the focused effort order, and they'll pick up a reinforcement token. This one is going to attempt the spawning. 5 versus 14. I need a 9. I'm sorry, I need an 8 because of the reinforcement token. Oh boy. Okay. I will declare rapid reproduction as a margin trigger. So I will summon 2 egg clutches into base contact with them.
Gross.
Yeah, Abyssinia thought he was going to take out all my overactivations. No. Okay.
I do still have more bombardments I can do.
That's the race. I'm gonna pump out eggs as fast as you can pop them. That's what this game is gonna devolve into. Fuck points. It just comes down to popping eggs, and whoever has more eggs at the end wins.
That's typically how it works.
And then the other one is going to use regenerating segments. I need a 5 with the token out.
Karkanoids are good.
They are very good. They are easily one of my favorites. Okay. I do have a trigger here that I could use, but it's not going to do anything, so I'll choose not to use it. The result of this is that they will reinforce, which gives me an opportunity to spend the reinforcement token I just gave them. They'll respond to minis.
So when you reinforce, you have to fill up any existing bases, and once they're full, you can add more bases.
Correct.
You get the last one on there, and then you get another base.
Mm-hmm. And then the third one will...
So Karkanoid's reinforced, and you have more action.
Well, so these guys went. These guys took an action. I don't know if the reinforced unit is allowed to take an action this turn. I don't think so.
Okay. So the new fire team that came in, because of the way the reinforcement rules work, they don't get to move or take any actions because they reinforced during their activation. So that should be all 3 of them.
Yep, that is correct. I will pass.
All right, back to me. We're going to activate these Meowth's Fire on the right here, and they're going to take an advance order. Unfortunately, we're going to get hit by that tide pool with ones in the front, so I'm going to flip for that. So this is a strength 2 hit. Oh yeah, that's gonna suck. Luckily, I draw all these shitty cards, so we'll cheat that 4, and they'll take no damage. And we'll do something like that. Obviously not touching any tide pools unnecessarily. And for my first trick, we're going to have the ones on the right shoot at that single Karkanoid base. 6 versus your defense, and you'll have cover, so I'll go down to a 4.
Okay, defense is 5. That's a 1.
I'm at a 14. To your 6.
To my 6.
I will let that ride.
Okay. Yeah, I won't modify.
Alright. So I will declare both of my fun triggers. So I'll flip the glory, and I will get to draw a card out of my discard pile. I have a trigger on this action, but I can't use it. So we will go ahead and do a penetration flip. This is strength 3.
Armor is a 7.
To a 9. Clinks in for 1. So we're going to take that 4 back, because it's a good card. We like that card. And they'll flip the glory. It's about time. We're going to have this fire team take a shot at the second group of Cardinals. So we'll go 6 down to a 4 against your defense.
Defense 5. 13 to your 12.
That's unfortunate. I will not modify.
Sweet.
So that misses, and then the guys in the back are going to spend a tactics token on a morale action to create an objective marker within 2. And they're all done. Oh, I'm sorry. That's not true. We have an experimental rocket, which we will use. Is it worth the card discard on an accuracy 4, and you'll have concealment? I'm going to keep my card. You're up.
Okay. I'm going to activate this egg glitch. He will focused effort for uninspired. He will attempt to hatch. He needs a 7. That is not a 7. And that's okay. I will let that fail. And I'll pass.
So I have some options here. I could try to double activate, or I could pass to stall. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to activate my last official. And they're going to take an advance. So we advance up the board, and now we're going to start with the guys in the back. And they're going to shoot at the Skulkers. So we're looking at a 6 down to a 2 for your cover. Or I'm sorry, 6 down to a 4.
Okay. I'm at 5.
Yep.
Okay, I'm at 15.
Alright, I think that's gonna miss. We're gonna try with the guys on my right. So same thing. That's unfortunate.
Okay, here's all my good cards. 17.
Sweet. Alright, that's gonna miss. And last one's over on the left there.
I'm at a 10.
Alright, I'm gonna cheat. This 7 to go to an 11.
I forget, what's the... If you have a fire team that's missing one or more models, they get some kind of downside, and I forget what it is.
They can't cheat damage, penetration flips.
Just the penetration?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I will not modify.
Oh, okay. I will declare Protect. And this is going to be Strength 3. What's their armor?
Armor is 5.
To a 10, so that's 2 damage. And Protect says that I can make a friendly champion within 12, move up to 6, and then I gain a Tactics token. Best trigger in the game. So I'll take a Tactics. And then he's going to move. I think we're going to get him up into champion rule range, because that seems better. I was really leaving him in the win there. Last trick. We're gonna discard a card to shoot the flare gun at the unactivated egg. So we'll drop that, and this is gonna be 4 against defense.
Defense 2. 15.
Well, 13 versus 13.
Oh boy.
And it's the same card. So that's 17 to your 15?
To my 15.
I really needed that. Unfortunately, it's not the suit I wanted. But, that's fine. So this will be Strength 2. Needs a 2. Gets it. That's a very dead egg.
That is a very dead egg, yeah.
I think I am done.
Alright, well, I guess what I'm going to do is activate that Skulker.
Skulk
because
away.
it looks like he's not long for this world.
I mean, not that the Hordes care. Bring him back.
He cares, but he cares.
That's true. He takes it very personally.
It's not him. It's one of his friends taking his place. I think I'm just going to go ahead and give him a rush order action. That will give him 12 inches of movement, which will be enough to target either of those two. There's no adjuncts in any of this, right?
Nope.
Get both of these boys engaged.
Right up in my business.
That looks good to me. Although I'm realizing now that he won't get his benefit from this. Unless, of course... Okay, so he can do this.
Yep,
yeah, that works. Alright, so we'll take a rush action.
Alright, so now you just have to take a melee.
Yep. Alright, that is going to be Sharp Teeth 5 versus Defense.
Defense 5.
Goddamn.
18.
12. You son of a bitch. What's their armor?
Their armor is 8 out of glory. 9 in.
Okay. That is going to fail.
Alright, that's what I like to hear.
And I'll pass to you in case you want to use your stratagem.
I will pass.
Okay. Alright, fuck it. I'm tired of getting one-sided attritioned out, so I'm just gonna activate my Karks over here.
Mm-hmm.
Upon activating, they will consume the final egg.
Mm-hmm.
They will flip to glory.
Indeed.
The egg has a fun little mechanic that says when it is eaten in exactly that way, I will... What's the word here? I will discard the top 2 cards of my fate deck, and I'm looking for a Rams. No Rams. Okay.
What would that have done?
The unit that ate him would have gotten a free reinforcement.
Spicy.
It's alright. Yeah, it's kind of cool. It's like a little coin flip. Okay. So they will flip to glory. And they're going to receive a rush action.
So they can move infinitely.
Okay. So their speed is 8, which is already impressive. But because they have 3 reinforcement tokens, it's currently 11.
Times 2.
Which is friggin' ridiculous. So they can now move up to 22 inches.
Wow.
So I'm going to have this guy go... Okay.
We seem to have a lobster problem here. Right across the whole board.
Whole lobster problem, yeah. I was hoping to get all 3 of them onto Unathi, but not quite enough space there, so I'm going to have these guys...
They're big fat bases.
Attack them instead.
Okay.
Let's see. I guess we'll do the Sahari first.
Okay.
So that is going to be normally it would be a 5 acting value because of the reinforcement tokens. It is an 8.
Gross.
So that will be an 8 versus defense.
Defense 5.
There we go.
15.
I'm at a 20. I will not be modifying.
Neither will I.
And you're at 15?
Yep.
Okay, I will declare Reckless Assault and Powerful Attack. So Strength is normally 4. With the Powerful Attack, that'll be 5.
Mm-hmm.
Armor is 10.
9.
It's just enough to do 2 points of damage. Okay, we will then use the trigger from that attack, which will cause me to discard a reinforcement token.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll take it again.
Oh.
This is going to be 8. I'm sorry, now it's going to be a 7 versus defense. It's an 11.
15.
Okay, so I'm going to spend a tactics token
To reflip.
to flip a second card. That's a little better.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so my total's at 16 now to your 15?
Yep. Down by 1.
Okay. Because this is an attack generated from an attack, am I not able to declare triggers on this one?
Yeah. You can't chain.
I cannot declare... Well, I'm not making another attack. Can I just declare any trigger?
So according to the FAQ, you cannot use an extra action, meaning an action generated by a trigger, to generate another extra action, but you can do regular triggers, so...
Okay. In that case, I'm going to declare the feeding trigger.
Okay. So you're still on your modify step, right? So you're not modifying?
Correct. I'm not
so
modifying.
I do have a chance to modify, but I think I am not. No.
Okay. Strength is going to be 4 versus your armor of 9.
Mm-hmm.
5 will do it. All right, that'll do it.
All right, that wipes the base.
And the feeding trigger is going to give the unit a reinforcement token, so they're back up to 3.
Oh, I don't like that.
And that's just in time to hopefully harass the shit out of Mr. Unathi over there.
Do it.
So it's going to be an 8 versus defense for the first attack. I guess I'll have it be the ones further out.
Okay, defense 6.
That's beautiful.
That puts me at a 10.
Just good. I'm at 20. Okay, so remind me, on the red Joker, it's a 14, it's every suit.
Yep.
And you can declare as many triggers. So theoretically, I could do like multiple suit triggers off of that 14.
You spend them as you use them, though, so you can't use 2 range triggers if you only have 1 range.
Right. Alright, I'm going to cheat the red Joker.
Nice.
See if I can't make this count.
So that puts you at...
I'm now
22?
at 22.
Gross. Alright, I will not modify.
Okay, I will declare...
Actually, I could tactics to reflip.
You could.
I'm going to do that. Because I don't like this. That's not better.
Yes, it is.
It's not effectively better.
There you go. Okay, so you're not modifying beyond that?
Nope.
Okay, so what's your total? 12?
Yes.
So I'm at 10. Okay, I'm going to declare Powerful Attack twice, as well as Sharpened on Prey, the Feeding, and Reckless Assault.
Gross.
Wow, that's 5 triggers. That might be a record.
I think that might be.
At least for me. Okay, so that's going to be Strength 4, and the Sharpened on Prey trigger will give it Piercing.
Okay.
So that's going to be...
Piercing is a plus flip to the damage.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, that's going to be 17. Oh, I'm sorry, plus 2 triggers, that'll be 19. Plus 2 powerful attack triggers.
Gotcha. So I'm armor 7, so that would be...
3 damage.
3 damage? We're just going to have them take all the damage for me. And
That's
they have a
fair.
special ability where when they take champion damage, I gain a reinforcement token.
Oh, when they get used for that. Every time?
Yep.
Oh, that's so
I
mean.
don't think I've ever used it before in all the
That is
games
so
we've played.
nasty. Oh, that is so ridiculous.
But you
so
went,
if it's a
you went for the
1 point,
assassinate.
so if it's a 1 point damage, you effectively can end up a million. Yeah, that's mean. They're very expensive, so it's fair. But like, wow, that is really cool. Okay, so the second trigger will defeating give them a reinforcement token.
Mm-hmm.
And then finally, the last trigger, Reckless Assault. I will discard that reinforcement token, and I will take the action again.
Okay.
It's going to be 8 versus defense.
Defense 6. Black Joker, giveth and a taketh.
You
can tactics.
0, no suits, and I can't cheat.
You can't cheat, but you can
I
tactics.
can tactics. Yeah, I can't imagine that I'm going to find a better opportunity to do so. So I will spend that tactics. That's a little bit better.
Is that what you got?
And that puts me at 18.
Go to town.
So it's going to be no trigger on the suit, unfortunately, but I will powerful attack the strength up to 5. So it's going to be 15.
So 2. Putting me in a difficult spot here.
You only have 1 upgrade on him?
Yes, because I didn't have enough points.
And
in
what's the
Starbucks.
what's the value? I forget what it's called.
It's disable 1, which is probably was a bad
the
call.
worst one,
It
yeah.
seems.
And the back is always the same. I forget.
Back is just 1.
Do they change?
I think the back.
Oh, they
is
could be
usually-
different.
The
Interesting.
front is definitely gonna. It can change.
Right.
I will take. Let's play it. Let's play it a little risky. I'm gonna take 1 on them.
Oh, you can
and
split it like that?
I'm gonna discard. Or I'm gonna flip that for the other one.
Oh, interesting. I didn't realize you could split it up like that.
Yep. So that'll be another reinforcement.
All right, that just leaves the final Karkanoi.
So if I get lucky.
And we will, once again, make an attack targeting Unathi. 8 versus defense.
Defense 6.
12. 2 or 15. Alright, how about we spend that last tactics token?
Nice.
See if we can't flip something better.
That's better.
That is technically better. It's not the suit I wanted, but I'm not going to complain. That's going to put me at a 21 to
Okay.
your
15.
15.
I will not modify.
Okay, I'm glad you said that because I was considering maybe playing it safe, but you were kind enough to cheat for me. Right? I'm supposed to declare if I'm modifying first.
Oh yeah. Did you have cards you were gonna cheat with?
Well, 'cause I was considering it, but you were kind enough to let me know that you weren't going to modify, so
Yeah.
I'll just go ahead and consider that a little dose of generosity on your part. Okay, so that's going to be
1 powerful attack.
1 powerful attack trigger, no suit trigger. So it's going to be strength 5. That'll bring me to 8, which is 1 damage. Your arm is
7.
7. Yeah, that's fine. I'll let it slide as 1 damage.
All right. I will take another on the champion rule. And get a reinforcement.
Okay, that should complete the Karkanoi.
That's turn, right?
And that is the turn.
Okay. End of turn. I will score a point for my objective. You will not. And we'll go to turn 3. If you're enjoying this video and you want to support the channel, then there's a couple of different ways that you can do that. The first would be to pick up some merchandise through my merch store. You can grab a t-shirt, a hoodie, a mug, a sticker, all sorts of cool stuff like that. You can also shop using my affiliate links, so if you're going to make any purchases from any of these companies, you can use the links in the description below to make your purchases, and it will go directly to supporting the channel at no extra cost to you. There's also a link for my Ko-fi if you would just like to give me a tip, or my Patreon if you want to support me longer term. I have a bunch of different tiers there, and there are all sorts of benefits available to people, such as early access to videos, ad-free videos, the opportunity to vote in polls about upcoming content, and extra entries into the giveaways that I run occasionally. But if none of that is your cup of tea, no problem at all. Just make sure that you're subscribed to the channel and leave a like on the video. It actually helps a tremendous amount. And if you want to go the extra mile, then consider sharing the video out with some friends who you think might find it interesting. The YouTube algorithm is not kind to small YouTubers, so that helps a whole bunch. Other than that, consider joining the Discord, also linked in the description, where you can come and hang out with me and the rest of the community and talk games. But with that, let's get right back to the video. All right, we are all shuffled up, and we go over to the start phase, so we're going to generate our tactics. We'll go up to 5. You just got your 4? Mm-hmm. You just spent them all to murder me. It's pretty rude. And we will then reinforce, starting with me. So I will spend the reinforcement on them to bring back a base with 2 bodies. And I will spend a reinforcement on them to bring back 2 bodies. And over to you.
Okay. I have no reinforcement tokens I would like to spend, so
okay.
I'll not reinforce.
Then we go to start of turn effects. I'll take a free walk action with my crow runners. We got some crow runners moving up the board a little bit, and we got one out on the flank for no reason at all. Don't worry about it. And it's over to you for start of turn effects.
Okay. Well, I have for sure I'll be spending 1 to bring back these boys. Alright, so I'm going to spend a total of 3 tactics tokens. 1 to bring a fire team of skulkers back out. 2 more for 2 eggs. Mm-hmm. Again, these guys each have unique abilities that allow them to place anywhere in doing so. So I'm going to place these boys right here. Put an egg here. I think I'm just going to put it... Yes. I'm going to put them right there.
Gross.
Okay, that will complete my start of turn effects.
Alright, so we are over to spending tokens on cards. Now I have the 1 point advantage on you, so your stratagems are a point cheaper. Don't forget that. I am going to spend 4 tactics to get Unwavering Resolve, which is a super red joker. It's a 15 of every suit, which is pretty cool. And this goes back in your deck after you use it, so you can buy that every turn if you'd like. I will spend my other 1 for a card. What do you got?
I too will spend my last tactics token, and I'll draw a card.
Alright, and then we go over to the activation phase, and it will start with me because you took last activation. I'm going to use Overclocked to once again attach a new prototype asset, and it's going to be Activate Defensive Armor, because that seems important. We'll put that right on Mr. Unathi, is the last one that can get one. So what that says is, when I'm targeted by an enemy fire team's action, I can discard a card to make the opponent skip the modify step, which means that you can't cheat fate.
It's not bad.
If I discard a card. So.
Well, cheat fate or anything else. Right?
Or spend tactics, or use inspired, or right. Oh, actually, I think these guys are supposed to have 2 shaken tokens, but it's way too late for that.
Oh, you're right.
My melee attacks were bigger than shaken tokens, and I totally forgot about it.
Well, it wouldn't have worked until... I mean, it wouldn't have mattered.
You attacked before, and 1 would have went away because it missed, but you should have 1 more, I think.
That was before I attacked? They should have had it?
Yeah.
I thought it was... oh, I guess you're right.
Because I left that one unengaged.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, yeah. Well, I'm not against giving it to him now if you want.
Yeah, they should have 1 shaken token.
1 shaken.
Discard a card in order to keep the upgrade for next turn. We're going to activate those Mihail Safari. They're going to take an advance. We are going to go like that, staying in your engagement range. And then that unit is going to attack the single Skulker.
Okay.
So 6 against defense.
Defense is 5. He does have a shaking token. I'm at 17.
to my 18. I will not modify.
Normal
Or I guess there's really no reason for me to not spend that shaken token, so I'll spend that shaken token. Cause
that's a good point. And then back to fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is strength 4. What was your total?
My total was 17. I'm sorry, minus with the shaken, so 15.
Okay. Yeah, I needed you to flip low, and you didn't, so that's fine. That's a 6.
1 damage.
He dies. Alright. I don't hate this. Alright. I'm gonna discard a card to shoot them with my main weapon. My machine gun.
Sure.
That one.
Hey.
I didn't like it anyway. So it will be no penalty, no penalty. So we're just doing 6 against your defense.
Defense is 5.
We're good.
It's 19 to my 14.
You know, I would flip a fucking 13 in the wrong suit when I need this trigger to go off. It's really upsetting to me.
Well, cheat down. There you go.
I could. I'll cheat my Super 15 because I need this trigger.
That's pretty good.
Modify?
So you're at 21 to my 14, so that's 7. What are the triggers here going to do?
I get to place Prince Unathi within 6 of himself, and then I gain a tactics token. That was the plan this whole time.
And what's the strength on this attack?
Strength is 3.
I'm not gonna modify.
Okay, I'll declare Radio In. I'll declare Eureka, and I will declare Protect. Because I get all my triggers. So this is strength 3. What's their armor?
Armor is 7.
That is
11.
just shy of 2, huh?
Just shy.
I guess I'll take it. Just the 1. I will place Prince Unathi in a little Meow Safari sandwich. Seems good. I will gain tactics token. I will draw 5 or less out of my discard pile. Ooh, can I draw the Black Joker?
It says 5 or less, so I would say...
That's less than a 5.
Yeah.
It might say non-Joker. I'm not
Okay.
double check.
If so, that's pretty sweet.
If I can
just
draw
like
it,
indefinitely
just keep that Black
Joker for the whole
Hell
game.
yeah. Value of 5 or less from your discard pile. I think I'll draw that Black Joker. I'll try to keep that out of the mix here.
That's not bad.
'Cause I don't have anything else good in there, so...
That is a good choice.
We will do that, and then I will also put the glory, which is fun. Last trick, I can flare gun. I could just kill that egg.
Take your pick, you got eggs everywhere.
I do like killing eggs. I ignore line of sight, but I do have to discard a card to do the action. Ooh, we're already in glory. Let's go for it. We do have this Black Joker we can spend, so we'll spend that to use the flare gun, and we will attack that egg over on the left. So this will be, and it ignores range and line of sight. 4 against defense.
I'll take it.
Ah, terrible.
Get that out of the way.
No good triggers. Yeah, that's fine. And they're already in glory. I could have got him to glory for free. Damn. All right, so I have you by 10. Defense 2?
I'm at 2 total.
Oh, so I have you by 9. I'll do powerful attack once. Strength 2.
Armor is 4.
Power, it goes up to 3, so I just need anything.
I was going to say, at that point, I don't think you can possibly...
So I'm going to coordinate attack into Unathi, so we're going to generate our 2 tactics. He will focus effort to gain a reinforcement and flip his upgrade just in case. And I would really like to get him in glory, but there's not a lot of good options. But what I can do now is use my Poison Rocket. That seems fun. So let's use Poison Rocket on these Carcanoi. Strength, or 6 against their defense.
Defense is 5. 13.
That'll fail. First, we're going to try a field test. We'll target the only target we can target. The Meal Spire we're sitting next to. This needs a 4. That goes off with an 11. I will quite happily flip to glory now that I can't use it anymore, but I guess that's fine. So I'll declare Eureka to flip to glory. They get to use a prototype asset to take an attack, so I will discard the 6, and we will flare gun. Let's attack the weakened base already.
Okay.
So 4 against defense.
Defense is 5. 15.
Also 15. I will not modify.
Alright, I'll spend their inspired.
Okay, so that will miss. End of that. Resolving that action, I draw a card. And I think that's it for Mr. Nathi.
Alright, I'm going to activate my egg.
Egg away.
He's going to focus effort, gain an inspired token. He's going to attempt to hatch. He needs a 7. Ooh, that will fail even with the inspired token. So I think I'm just gonna let that fail. And I'll pass.
We're going to activate the Crow Runners, and we will take a focus effort to take an inspired. And we will start by having the guys in the back take an attack at the Destroyed Skulkers.
Okay.
5 against defense.
Defense is 5. 10.
12, and I will spend inspired. 14.
14 total, you said.
Indeed.
Okay.
Okay.
I will not modify.
I will declare radio in. So this will just be strength 2.
Armor is 5.
That'll be 2. I'll draw that Black Joker. Just keep cycling it in and out. I don't think it's going to matter. But. Then we will use shock batons from these guys because it's accurate, but it's got an extra point of AV. Also, you gain a shaken. Sorry about that. I always forget. So this will be a 6 against your defense.
Okay, defense is 5.
Well, that seems good.
17.
To my 19. I'll spend your shaken.
I will not be modifying.
Okay, I'll declare radio in to draw some more cards. And I don't think I have enough margin.
You're up by what? 1,
19,
2?
you're at 15?
I'm at 17.
Minus 2 for your...
Oh, I'm sorry, you're at 15.
Okay, still not powerful attack, I need 5. So,
I mean,
strength.
I was going to say, I don't think you could possibly not kill him anyway.
Popped him.
Alright.
And I get to draw a card. So I will draw this 4 of masks. And I could use my shotgun to just burst an egg, I think, because I don't think I have anybody else in range. I could shoot the Karks. What is the likelihood that I'd do anything to them? Because you'll have cover. You're at defense 5, right?
That's correct.
I'd have to discard a card. I could pin them. That'd be fun.
That would gobble up a reinforcement token.
Let's discard the 4. And we will shoot the Karkanoi. So, effective 4 against your defense.
Defense is 5.
Damn!
16.
That keeps happening.
That makes me happy.
Oh, and I spend my inspired. They don't have a pin or anything.
They're reinforced. So.
Gross. Oh, yeah, of course not. I meant a shaken, not a
Shaken.
Okay, they are done.
Alright, so I'm going to activate the Storm Siren. When I do, I will generate 3 tactics tokens. I'll also draw a card. If I don't like it, so far I've discarded this every time. Fuck it, let's do it again. Okay. I'm going to give her the advance action. She is going to move up to her speed of 6. And I think I'm just going to take this opportunity to... Alright, I'm going to use Siren's Call, targeting this Hari over here. That is going to be...
Is it a projectile?
it is not. It would have the, what, is there like a
Gun
projectile symbol? Okay,
yeah.
no, it is like a magic.
Okay.
So, it's going to be an 8 of rams versus willpower.
Alright, willpower 6. And an 11.
An 11 as well. Thanks to her upgrade, she will cheat seconds, even though she's attacking. Which makes me happy.
All tactics. 14.
And that's it for your modifying? We're at 14 total, huh? That's a little bit better than mine. Alright, I'm going to cheat in a 5 of crows. I'm also going to spend my inspired. So that is going to bring me to 15 crows and rams. So I will declare Entrancing Song, which will cause every fire team to move, and their speed will be increased by 1 for this movement.
Alright, so they're going to all move 7 towards you.
Correct. I don't know if there's like a matter of order here, like if I dictate the order they go in, or if you do, because theoretically it will make a big difference right now.
Yeah, because I could have them go and take the long route.
Right, so I'm
You're active player, I would assume it's
yeah,
you. So.
okay.
Alright, so that's where they end up, and the 2 of them are going to take a hazardous hit because of the shenanigans. So the one closer to you, strength 2.
Strength is 3.
Strength 3?
Hazardous 3 is the... Alright.
Okay. Well, it was just enough, and now it's more than that. So let's cheat the Black Joker. And they're also going to take another one. Oh, yeah, I think that wipes the unit. I should have saved that card. Because I ain't got nothing left.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to do that again. Targeting the same gentleman.
Alright.
So it's going to be an 8 versus willpower.
Willpower 6.
So we had 16.
So 12.
You will cheat first.
I will not cheat.
Okay, I will declare the same set of triggers. They will move at +1 speed.
So these guys are just going to go right into you.
No, I'm sorry. I should have specified I'm targeting this tide pool, not her.
Okay. I guess pick the order. Another
Hazardous
couple of hazardous, and luckily I have no cards left, so this is going to be good. So strength 3, I need 5s or less.
Oh, you didn't specify which one?
The first one I moved.
Okay.
So that's 16. That's 2. And all the other guys. Nothing.
Okay then, that will be the end of the Storm Sirens activation.
We'll use expert training to reactivate the Crow Runners. So they're going to take an advance. The one on the far corner before he takes his advance, he's going to spend attack dice to drop an objective. Like yeah. So they're going to advance up the board a bit, and I still get 2 actions left for my front 2 guys, so they're going to take a shot at these Carcani. Unobstructed, because I ignore all these for line of sight, and they're not. They're engaged, so this will be 6 against defense.
Defense is 5. 7.
I'm at a 10.
Modifying?
Nope.
I'm going to spend a tactics to reflip.
Alright. I think that'll do it. A little red Joker action.
Alright, fine.
Sounds good to me. And then those guys are going to take a shot at the Storm Siren because she's got no champion people to protect her. So 6 against defense.
Defense is 6.
It's a big 8.
It's a 17.
That'll just miss. They're done.
So the rush effect is hazardous 1 to the difficult terrain?
2.
Hazardous 2. But I can cheat it down.
Mm-hmm. Keep in mind you can only take a melee attack if you rush.
Right. Mm. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to activate the Carcanoid.
Yep.
I'm going to give them a rush action.
Okay. Rushing
Which
through
will
the forest.
result them taking a hit here. They can run as many as 16 whole inches.
It's many.
That's a good number of inches. So they're not going to be able to reach those guys, unfortunately. Okay, so they will, I guess, before they take the melee attack, suffer the rush hit.
Okay.
All right, we'll start with the ones further out. Their armor is 7. Sweet. And the other one, sweet.
Wow. Fuck me.
Okay.
That only helped you.
Yeah, I'm not against. You're right, actually. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's
very good.
I'll take it. Okay. I'm gonna do I'll start with these guys. Scything Claws attack on the Crow Runners.
Okay.
That is going to be a 5 versus defense.
You got 6.
14.
Also 14.
I will not be modifying.
Do they have any tokens on them?
They do not. They have 0 tokens.
I want you.
Okay. I will declare the feeding. This is going to be Strength 3. 15.
Fuck me.
What's her armor?
7. So 2.
2 damage. And they will gain a reinforcement token from the trigger. And then, yeah, we're just going to do it again with the other one on the same target.
Okay.
It's going to be a 6 this time versus defense. 15 on my end.
11.
I will not be modifying.
Okay. Neither will I.
Alright, I'll declare Sharpened on Prey. The action will gain Piercing.
Okay.
This will be Strength 4.
That'll get him.
That should do it. Okay, that will complete the Carcanoy.
Alright, let's see if I can flip bad like you. I guess I'll activate these Mihal Safari, and we'll start with the one with only 1 body left. Let's flip under a 5. He's dead. Better.
At least you got the 2 damage one out.
Yeah, that's true. Let's flip under a 5. That's not under a 5, 1 body. We're gonna take an advance order, and I ignore that tide pool now because I already took a hit from it, so we're just gonna advance over here. I measured it before. We'll discard tactics, and we will disengage for free, advance up there, and we'll take a poke at the storm siren. See what happens.
Okay.
So that'd be 6 against defense.
Defense is 6. 13.
Yep. It's about how I expected it to go. You're up.
Yeah, I'm going to activate the Carcanoy. I'm going to give them an advance order.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have these guys go first. They're going to... Is it called Interact still? Right? Interact?
Something like that. Yeah, we'll call it
sure.
interact. We know. Everyone knows what you mean.
Objectify.
It has to be within 2.
I'll have these guys move first.
If you're moving, everybody has to move at the same time. You can't split up actions in between movements.
Okay, sure. More just trying to figure out what order to do them in. I think this makes the most sense. And then finally, I'm going to have these guys advance, and they will indeed take a, I don't know, I'm not sure what it's called, an opportunity attack.
Yep. So this will just be, the way an opportunity attack works is you just take a penetration flip from a melee attacker of my choice. So in this case, it will be the Mihal Safari that are in glory. Their melee attack is strength 4. So we just flip a card and you take a hit. That's a 6.
Yikes, that'll do 0 damage.
Fuck me. I don't even have attack. That's the fucking card. Oh man, my card flipping has been atrocious. It's incredible.
Okay, so they are going to here. They will discard a tactics token to drop another one of these boys.
Okay.
Let's check that for me to make sure I'm
comfortably
outside. Okay, I want to actually make it as close. Can you just give me the...
That's 6 inches. Yep, no, you're good.
That's good?
You're right on it. Yep.
Oh, I would also have to discard one to remove that.
Yup.
It's break even, effectively.
Yep.
I think it makes more sense to leave mine, to add another one there. So I think I will stick with that.
Okay.
And that should be the turn.
Alright, end of turn. We will shuffle the decks. So first, I guess, we both score 2 points, so that puts it at 3-2 me. And then we will shuffle decks and start turn 4. First thing is tactics. So we'll look in 4. I think we both cleaned ourselves out last turn, so we're just at 4-4. So after generating our tactics tokens, we will reinforce. So I have a reinforcement on the Crow Runners, and I have one on these Male Safari. And do that. And do that. Any reinforcing?
Yes. Yes, I am. I will spend a reinforcement on these Carcanoi.
Any others?
Nope.
They're going to keep all their reinforcements.
Could spend one for one model, but I don't think it's worth it.
Alright, and then start phase.
Crow Runners.
I will move my Crow Runners. So I realized I placed my Crow Runners out of coherency, and when I moved them, he decided to move his Carcanoi over there. So now I will take my scat movement. Alright, so we advanced the Crow Runners up to try to block the Carcanoi from getting to my objective. That should be just enough that you can't fit through there, and you can't fit through there. So, over to you. Bringing back some guys.
I will spend 2 tactics tokens.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm going to have the first one go here.
Rude.
He is very rude. And the other one I'm going to put... That looks good.
So then we go over to drawing cards. I'm going to draw 2.
I am going to draw 0.
Alright, and then stratagems, I will not buy any.
I will also not buy any.
Alright. I'm going to start off by activating these Meow Safari. They're going to take an advance. And we're going to discard a tactics token to disengage for free. Okay.
You have 1 tactics left?
Yes. These guys are going to shoot the egg.
Okay.
So we're looking at 6 against defense. Okay, so I remembered how to Abyssinia, and I took my ones out. Very important. So back over here, this is 6 against, what are they, 2? Yeah?
2. 2 defense.
Well, let's do it.
13.
I'm at a 14. I will not modify.
Inspired.
Oh, I didn't really see I had inspired.
If you would like to, I would be more than happy to let you modify.
Nope.
Okay, then I will in fact be keeping the egg alive.
Okie dokie. I will have this Meow Safari shoot the egg.
Okay, defense is 2. That's going to be a 6.
I will not modify.
Really?
At a 10. Give me those cards.
Why do you care so much about killing my egg? The fact that I cannot figure that out concerns me. Okay, I will not modify.
Okay. I will declare protect. And strength 3. Hey, look, he's dead.
That's gonna do it.
I will place Prince Nathi. I will gain the tactics token. And then my last fire team over here will spend that tactics token to break this.
Mm-hmm.
I will then prototype. So I'll discard 2. And this is going to be 4 against defense.
Defense is 5. 13.
Unfortunate. Okay. They are done. I will coordinate attack into Prince Nathi. And I think I'm still just out, so I'm going to still have to move. Yep. So he is going to advance. And we'll get rid of any business. We're going to call for reinforcements on the House Safari. Oh, I forgot to take my fancy new tactics tokens. Yeah, we'll call for reinforcements on them. Needs a 4. That's a 5, not the right suit. So what I am going to do, unfortunately, is cheat a red joker.
Ooh.
So they gain a reinforcement, they gain a second reinforcement, and then they get to immediately reinforce. And then they get to immediately reinforce and move up to 5 inches.
That's a lot of things.
So we will keep 1 reinforcement. The other one gets spent right away.
Oh, it's targeting this guy.
So they'll gain 1, 2, and then they get to take a Move for 5. All right, they both get a 5-inch move, and that is Prince and Abby. Over to you.
Well, I think it's safe to say that I'm going to be activating the Storm Siren next. When she does, I will generate 3 tactics tokens. I will then also draw a card, and I will just apparently always be discarding it.
Oh, I was supposed to also, when I cheated the Red Joker, I was also got the Tone Sure, so I'm going to take a low card.
Go for it.
Take that 5.
Alright, I'm going to have the Storm Siren take a Focused Effort action. She will pick up an Inspired token. And then she's going to use Siren's Call targeting these boys.
Mm-hmm.
That is going to be an 8 of Rams versus Willpower.
Vertex.
There's a 13 to your 14. I will modify second. Also, I should get in the habit of specifying when I'm making this action what I'm luring you to. So I will in fact be bringing you guys there.
Oh, okay. I will not modify.
All right. I'm just going to spend her Inspired.
Mm-hmm.
I will declare Entrancing Song so that everyone will make the move.
Mm-hmm.
And we will have this guy go first.
Just out.
He's just out of it?
Yep. A little more than a quarter
seriously?
inch.
Alright, then let me... I honestly just assumed that was good. Okay, I hate to do it, but instead... Alright, I'm gonna cheat a 12. And I will not have spent that Inspired.
Okay.
So same effect, except they will move plus 3 inches instead. So that should be adequate to get that guy all nice and in there. And this should also be...
I think he's going to hit my base first.
Maybe I should have moved these guys first then. Would that have done it?
I think
Oh yeah, you're right.
Problem. It's a triangle.
Well, no, because he's... Alright, so these guys were like here, right? Because this guy is literally going to stop like here. So I'm hoping that these guys will then...
Yeah, I guess they will around the outside.
Right, because that's what we're playing, right? It's gonna just try to circumvent. Okay, there we go. All right.
On the alone guy, what is it? Strength 3.
Strength is 3. Yes.
That is not enough, and I need a 5 or less. So that's right.
Was there 8, 9?
5's I'm safe on. So the other one. 5 it is. I should probably dumb. Yeah, I'm gonna take that back. I'm gonna let him die.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna have her use the Siren's Call again, targeting the very same unit. And this time I'm gonna move them to this one.
Mm-hmm.
That should do it. Well, at the very least, should give them another chance at taking it. It's gonna be 8 versus Willpower.
Willpower 6. 18.
At 17 to or 18. You will still, however, be cheating first.
I will not cheat.
Yep, I don't see why I would need to win by any margin here, so I will just spend Inspired.
Mm-hmm.
And they will each move their speed.
Just at regular speed?
Correct, in this case. It will be increased, but I can't imagine that's going to be an issue.
Single guy.
Just enough.
Just enough. No, I'll let that go. The other one. No damage.
Okay, then that will conclude the Siren. And I would now like to Coordinated Strike. Yeah, either way, I'm going to Coordinated Strike into these Carcadine.
Mm-hmm.
They will take an advance order.
Mm-hmm.
This guy's going to go first. He will discard a Tactics token to remove that marker.
Yep.
Then I'm going to have this guy discard a Tactics token. And he will... Is it within 2, right?
Yep.
2.
But I can't do it in 5.
Can't do within 5 of that. Alright, he will do that. They will then move. And then finally, these guys will take a melee attack, targeting. I'm going to go with the squad with 2 boys left on it.
All right.
It's going to be an 8 versus defense.
Defense 5.
It is an 11.
An 8.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to have to let that go as it is. I will declare defeating.
Okay.
It's going to be 4 versus armor. 13.
That'll do just barely 2.
Sweet, that's what I wanted to hear. The trigger will give them a reinforcement token. I do believe that will be the end of their activation.
Okay. Passing over to me.
Passing it over to you.
All right. I will activate, or I will play Overclocked. I will not discard a card, so that'll just go away. We're gonna have them use the prototype.
Okay, so what order are you giving? Let's start with that.
They're not getting an order. This is they're using a prototype from Overclocked.
Oh, it's just the prototype.
But the prototype is the melee.
I got you.
So they'll use shock batons,
Okay.
and that's a 6 against defense on. Well, the guys in the middle attack the Arcanine.
Okay.
6 against defense.
Defense is 5. Flag Joker. Yuck.
I will not modify.
Yeah, let's try it. Come on. Hey, there we go.
All right, flipped an 11, so that will miss. I will then activate that squad. They will take a focused effort. We're inspired. The wounded guys in the middle will attack the Carcanine.
Okay.
This will be with my normal attack, so with a 5.
Okay. 14.
18. I think I won't modify.
That sounds reasonable. I will not modify either.
So, shrink 2, and you'll gain a shaking token.
That's rough.
I'll tactics that.
That's
right.
Wait, can you tactics penetration flips too?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's mean. I didn't consider that.
Let's do it. Damn. That doesn't even do 1.
Well, you have to use the new one. You could use the old one, right?
It's a black joker.
Oh, right. Of course. Yeah. All right, then.
Well, that went exceptionally well. You're going to gain a shaken token, so at least there's that.
They are feeling.
And the last guys in the back are going to spend tactics to drop a
Pinned, shaken.
objective. That sucks. Nothing went according to plan on that activation. I was hoping to draw at least 1 card so I'd be able to save these guys, but oh well. Over you.
Actually, I'm going to activate these guys. I'm going to have them take a focused effort order. They will gain inspired. Actually, no, that's silly. It's not reinforcement. And then we will attempt to make an attack on the weakened squad.
Okay.
So that is going to be a 5 versus defense.
2 to 6.
It's going to be a 17.
14.
I will not modify.
Okay. Me either.
You're not either? Okay.
Oh, actually, I have inspired. No, okay.
Okay then, that will not be a trigger. That will be a strength 3 to 12. I assume that's 1 damage.
That is 2 damage.
Oh, sweet. That's what I want to hear.
Okay, let's flip to see if they die. Take 1. We will spin a tactics. Engage with an advance order. Alright, and then they will take a shot at the Storm Siren.
Okay.
6 against defense. See if I can get lucky once this turn.
Defense is 6.
Not modifying.
13. And you are not modifying. Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and not modify.
Alright. I will declare protect and redo an enemy movements with the tomes. And this will be strength 3.
Armor is 9.
I'll do 1.
I'll do 1. I'm going to disable the Relics of Malifaux.
So we will draw that black joker, and protect gives me a tactics token. I need to play Sunathier than 6 of himself. Over to you. I'm out.
You're out. Okay. I'm going to activate my Carcanoi.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give them an advance order. Okay, so these two will move as such. This gentleman is going to move These Karks attack the Crow Runners there. That is going to be a 5 versus defense.
Defense.
Damn. 18.
15.
I will not modify.
Neither do I.
Okay, unfortunately the trigger will not help me here. 18 to your 15, you said?
Yep.
Okay. It's going to be a straight flip for damage. Strength is 3. So 10.
There's one.
Then this guy will go. He's going to discard a tactics token to remove this. And then this guy to that.
Pretty sweet.
And they are done.
Alright, and your last guy is these guys?
That is correct. Yeah, I'm just going to give him a rush order. Okay. So it's going to be 5 versus defense.
Defense.
It's going to be 16.
17.
Okay. I'll let that go.
End of turn.
Should be end of turn.
So you're going to score 2 points. 4 to 3 you. And we'll shuffle the decks and start the last turn. Shuffled up, and first step is to draw some tactics. So I'll go up to 5.
I'll go up to 4.
These tactics are going to be clutch, I think. Then we will reinforce. Do you have anything to reinforce?
You go first, correct?
Okay. So I will reinforce them. I will reinforce him. And I will reinforce them. That should be fine. Yeah, if that one's inconsistency, then that one is. So that's me.
Okay. I will spend a reinforcement token on these Karkanoi. They will only get 1 model back, but at this point I think that's okay. And I'll spend the reinforcement token on those Skulkers. They will generate a new fire team.
Alright. Then we will spend for cards. Yep. Spend 1.
Okay. I will spend a 0.
Okay. I will buy Line Among the Gazelles for 3. So this lets me reactivate Prince Anophagy.
I will not be purchasing a stratagem.
Okay. Over to me. Oh, start phase. I guess actually start phase we're supposed to have already done, but we'll just pretend we did. So we'll take a movement with my Crow Runners. Okay, so we'll just wiggle around there, staying in coherency. And then it's over you. Are you... I guess nothing died, right?
So 2 eggs did die.
Oh, okay.
But I will not be spending any tactics to bring them back.
Got it. Let's go for the fun play. Because we could just call it if I fail.
Go big, yeah.
We're going to activate Anathi. And we are going to... I think I left them with an 8 very deliberately. Yeah, for sure. We'll get our tactics. Put them back in the bin. If I'm doing this strategy, I don't really need the tactics, although it would be nice to have them in case... Because you could actually swing it back, because you got a point on me right now. So I got to kill her and also not let you just go wild with your objectives. So I guess I'll stay there. He's going to draw me the top card of the discard pile, which forgot you last turn and probably mattered a lot.
Are you sure? I could have sworn you did.
I did forget last time, because remember I said it later, and I was like, I think I might have drawn an 11, which would have been the best. Which would have been the second best card draw I had the entire game.
Hard to say, though. It was already at the end of the
That's why I did it. That's why I didn't do it. There was no way to rewind it fairly. So he will focus effort and take an inspired. And he will call for reinforcements on the Meal's Fire in the back. This is going to need a 4. Hopefully with a Crows. That's a 4, but not a Crows. That is 2 reinforcement tokens, though. That's not bad. Not that I need them now. This is actually completely useless.
I was going to say, I don't... Unless you have a mechanic I'm not aware of.
Nope. It's completely useless, but I don't have the cards to guarantee the thing I need, and I'm just trying to get tomes and or crows. Right. If that was a tomes, it might have been worth it. We will do that same thing again, although I guess I could tell them to do a experimental rocket attack. Yeah, that's smarter, because then I can fish for cards. So let's do that. Field test. So same target, needs a 2. If I did it the other order, that could have decided the game. All right, so that'll work with no triggers on a 13, just in case I didn't show that on camera. Fuck my life. So they'll get to take an attack with an attached experimental asset, which is going to be the rocket. So I have to discard a card to do it. I will discard the Black Joker because it's the last turn. And this is 4 against your defense in the open. Yep.
Defense is 6. 18.
Well, every time I flip good, you flip better. So here we are. Then I'll coordinate strike into them. Oh, I get to draw a card because of his ability. We're adding to the list of just absolute dog shit. That's incredible. Like it's so wild.
Yeah. You've got a lot of it on camera too. That's the funny part.
Yeah, I got evidence
showing your hand each. You know what I mean? Like,
you're right.
You have.
Okay, so let's continue with plan. This isn't going to work. I'll activate the Mihal Safari. Yeah, I'll just take a focus effort. Wolverine inspired.
Huh.
I'd rather
I guess they're just going to shoot again.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
They will experimental rocket.
Do you have bad cards to discard?
Oh, you don't even know. Experimental rocket, 4 against defense.
Defense is 6.
Look, you
17.
flip better. I will try my normal machine gun attack, 6 against defense.
Are you considering your tactics tokens to reflip these? If you're going to lose the game the moment she survives, I'm wondering what you're saving them for.
I'd have to flip a...
Okay, I'm
just I guess if I flipped an 11, I could spend the inspired.
I'm not saying... It's a good move in the context of if their activation ends, you're going to concede if she's alive. You know what I mean? Because then what are you saving them for?
I'm not going to reflip an 11. It's fine. They'll take a normal machine gun attack. I have such a disadvantage on the card. It's not. Normal machine gun, 6 against defense. I also would prefer this one to hit anyway.
Defense 6.
Look, I flipped the 11.
And I also flipped an 11. Look at that.
I'll spend the inspired, because why the fuck not?
Okay, so you're at...
19.
19. Okay.
Okay. I'll declare radio in and protect. So this is going to be strength 3.
Armor is 9. Oof.
Of course.
Of course.
All right, well, tactics.
There you go.
I hate everything.
Oh, no.
I hate everything.
Oh, no.
All right. Well, I gain the tactics back from the other trigger. I can draw a shitty card. I'll just take a 5. And I get to place him within 6, so we'll just get him out of engagement. Or I guess actually this matters, because I'll go pick up other shit. Over to you! That went great.
We already activated, didn't we?
Yeah, Lion Among the Zelda.
Ah, yes, yes, of course. Well, unless I do something horribly stupid here, I'm not quite sure
Look,
how
I got literally... I needed it to go a little bit better than average in my favor, and it went absolute dog shit.
Well, I think you needed it to go way better. I mean, here's the thing.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I didn't even use any of my resources. I literally just got it on the flip.
Well, I had a black joker, a 1, 2, and a 3. So, you know.
My thought process was I was going to save all my tactics and just flood that shit defensively, and didn't even have to use a single one. That's all.
Yep.
Alright, so I'm going to activate the Storm Siren. I'll generate 3 tactics tokens. I'm going to have her focus effort. She'll get a reinforcement token. She'll spend it to restore her relics of Ancient Malifaux. Also, when she activates, I will draw a card. It's going to be bad. Ooh. Fuck it. I'm just going to do it again. I'm just going to do it again. Red Joker again. Ah, alright. I keep pushing my luck and regretting it. The Siren's Call, targeting Unathi.
Gross.
That's going to be a 8 of Rams resisted by Willpower.
Willpower 7.
Oh.
I'm sorry. Willpower 9.
What?
I like that.
Bro, what a willpower-based dude. He does not take shit from no one, apparently.
It doesn't matter. You'll still flip better.
I'm gonna have him, see, I'm gonna have him go to this guy.
All right.
This tide pool.
Big 9.
Yes, I'm at 8. I'm at 14 total.
17.
Fortunately, you will... God, I love this so much. You will still be modifying first.
I'll spend the inspired.
So you're at 19.
Yep.
I'm gonna cheat to 21.
Nice. So I walk my move. What triggers?
No triggers. Yeah, and because he's a lone fire team, no triggers at all.
I'll just walk 7.
Just his movement.
That's 6 plus 1.
Oh, I'm okay. Yeah, there you go. Right. Okay. Come on.
Strength to hit. Hey, guess what?
At least low cards are good for this, huh?
Indeed. No damage.
Okay, and for her remaining action, let's do it again. This time I'm gonna have him walk to this one.
Okay.
It's gonna be 8 versus full power. That's a 16 on my end.
Also 16. I guess I should have saved that.
You will modify first.
I will not modify.
Okay, I will not modify, and that will succeed.
Go right to the middle. I'll try it again. No damage.
Okay. That's okay. Alright. She is done. Just gonna let you have priority.
Yeah, I'll activate the Meow Safari. We will advance. I guess we'll start doing some melee attacks. Oh, I want an experimental rocket first, because why wouldn't I? So before I move in, we're going to experimental rocket down.
Sure.
So we'll discard the 3.
Okay.
And it's going to be an effective 2 against your defense. I got to get lucky eventually.
Defense is 5. No, you don't. Yes, you do, apparently. I'm at 12.
15. I will not modify.
Neither will I.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. This is not an experimental rocket. That's what they have. Same math, just different attack. Strength 2, and I'll declare radio in.
Armor is 7.
13.
So 2 damage.
Nice. Stupid carbon noise. Just take 3 for the fun of it. And then we'll advance. So we'll go like that. Yeah, that's good enough. We'll start with melee attack, the guy in the center against these cards.
Okay. Defense is 5.
This is with a 6.
So 11 on my end.
16. Well, not my 5.
Spend a tactics token to reflip.
Mm-hmm.
That'll bring me to a 17.
17 with their defense 5.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. Why did I think it was 6? 16.
Okay, so we're tied.
Yep, that's all I can do.
Look, now I get all the triggers that I wanted. I'll declare radio in. Strength 4.
Armor is 7. Ooh.
16.
So that's 2 damage.
Yeah. Almost 3. One shy.
Yeah. Okay. I will take 2 damage.
Wow.
Very kind of you to split it up like that.
Finally, things are going in my favor. It's probably not gonna.
Probably
matter.
too late.
We'll start with the guys on the end first, because I can always double tap him if I need to. So 16 defense. 19.
13.
Not modifying.
I will not modify either. Think you got him.
Alright, I'll declare a powerful attack and battle formations, which is another +1. So strength 6. What a waste. 12.
I'll do it.
Alright, and then the last 2.
Okay, so who's attacking? These guys are attacking the...
Yep.
Okay.
6 misses.
15.
He survives.
Sweet.
Oh, screw that. Tactics. He still survives.
Sweet.
Over to you.
Yeah, I think I'm going to activate these Karkanoi.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give them a focused effort order. Yeah, I'll give them another reinforcement token. If I have another one. Alright, I'm going to have the guy with 1 model left take the regenerating segments action. 3, 6, minus 3. He needs a 3. Or ideally a 6. Oh, come on.
That's a 3. Not a 6.
3, but it's not a 6. Tactics. You son of a bitch.
Nice.
Alright, fine. No trigger. They will, however, reinforce, so he will spend a reinforcement token. We're going to take that one fire team you finally got off the table and just throw it right back in your fucking face. Oh, wait.
No,
you're wrong. I apologize. You're right. Oh, darn, never mind. Now I said something dickish and it wasn't even true. Okay, these guys are going to do this. Okay, I'm going to have the other one contrary to what I was thinking I was going to do. I'm going to have the remaining one take the same action. He needs a 3. I would really prefer a 6. Oh, my God. Anything but a 5. I mean, literally anything but a 5 would have been a little better. All right, tactics. Come on.
Whoa, welcome to my world, buddy. This is great.
All right, they will reinforce. Once again, no trigger. But this time I will get that fire team back out. All right, they will reinforce. And then I will pass priority.
Yeah, I just realized that I shouldn't have spent that tactics because I could have swung 3 points. But you're still going to get me, so it doesn't matter. We're going to activate the Crow. We're going to give them focus effort. We're going to spend for inspired. And then spend a tactics to have the guy in the back drop a objective.
What's stopping me from walking him over here and then doing it?
Oh, good point. Okay, I won't focus effort. Oh, I guess there's no way to... Yeah, because I already... You'll have to kill one of them. I won't focus effort. I'll move him over there. And now you gotta kill one of them.
Okay, now I have to kill one, yes.
I'm gonna make sure that only one guy has him engaged. I guess these two.
Okay, so these two are not engaged.
Correct. That's the intent.
But these two. Oops.
I can't avoid that.
Okay, good.
Have them attack them.
Okay, defense is 5.
I'm gonna use my regular attack, so this will be extra 5.
Puts me at a 9.
12. Not modifying.
Yeah, I'll tactics.
You know, can I actually do something dumb? Can I just not put that objective over there? Because I just realized that it was also a dumb thing to do. I can just do something else with this tactics token.
Doesn't change anything for me.
So he'll just advance up the middle.
I'm gonna take your word for it that the flips did not change your mind.
No, they didn't. I mean, that went better than I expected. So.
Okay, so I'm gonna spend tactics.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay, so he will miss. I'll have the lone guy on the other side, in the middle. Attack same target. Although I guess...
it can't be the same target. Oh, it was these guys. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, you can.
Although I guess... they're engaged. I'll start with them. We'll attack the park line in the middle.
Okay.
I can see if I can just take a base off you in one way or the
Defense
other.
is 5.
15.
12 on my part.
Not my 5. My 15, so no powerful attack, but you will gain a shaken token.
Okay.
That's strength 11.
To my armor of 7. So they will lose a reinforcement token. Oh, I'm sorry, wait. This is the wrong one. They will instead gain a shaken token.
Yeah, shaken is not pinned.
Right.
So one dies, and then the single crow runner will try to finish off that base.
Okay, defense 5.
Injury guys.
14.
Couldn't do it. Over to you.
I'm going to activate these cards.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give them a focused effort order. They will pick up a reinforcement token. Alright, yeah, we'll start with this lone guy here. He's going to attack this guy. Hopefully we can get that off.
Defense 6.
I'm at a 6 as well. 18. I will not modify.
Either one.
Okay, so I'm going to declare the powerful attack trigger.
Mm-hmm.
Powerful attack and reckless assault. The strength will be normally 4 with this 5. 16.
Good.
Okay. The trigger will have me discard a reinforcement token, and I'll take the action again, targeting these guys.
Alright.
This time it'll be a 5 because they lost that reinforcement token.
Roger.
It's a 14.
20.
Okay, I will not be.
I'm gonna attack this to
Fucking
reflip
with
that. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, so they're done. I'm gonna activate these guys, and we'll try attacking those boys there. 5 versus defense. That is a 7 on my part.
14.
I'll let that miss. And then finally, these boys will take a whatever.
Oh yeah,
Scheme action. Discard tactics.
I'll play Line Among the Gazelles, which lets me activate Prince Unathi again, and he's going to take an advance.
Does he...
Oh, I guess he
hazardous.
First takes the hazardous. So that's a good call. So this is a strength 2 against his armor 7. Nothing. So then I will disengage, so you can take a penetration flip against me.
Okay, you're not going to spend the tactics. Okay. It's going to be the Karkanoi.
What would I have spent the tactics on? Oh, to disengage.
Right. Okay, that's going to be strength 4. You said your armor's 9?
Oh, I was supposed to draw a card when I activated him again. Was that one? That's all I flipped.
Yeah.
So I draw the 8.
Okay. Okay, so that's a total of 11 to your 9. Yeah, even if I do a second point, it's not really going to matter. So.
Alright, so I will disable his upgrade.
Okay.
And then I will walk away freely. Alright, so we're going to walk over and step on another one and take more hazardous. So strength 2. That's just enough to do 1.
Your armor is 6.
7. Strength 2.
Right, so 7. Oh, it has to...
If it meets it, then that's point of damage.
Oh, okay.
So I'll shoot down to there, and then he will double bonus action, 2 tactics, to pick up this one, and put one over here. Over to you.
Okay, so I just have these 2 left, right?
I think this doesn't swing the points unless you can one-shot my base with the first activation, right?
One-shot your...
You would have to be able to one-shot them. Or I guess you could disengage.
I was going to say, I could just walk, take a hit, and then do it, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm going to activate these guys. They will take an advance order, and they will each, I guess, take a strength hit.
Yep.
So they have armor 5.
I'm looking at strength 2, so we'll do it on the 2 base first. No damage. And on the 3 base, 13. 2. Okay. I would have cleared the first one.
I was going to say,
unbelievable.
Wrong order. Alright, they can each move.
I also feel like the game might need if you have disengaged, you can't interact thing, like Malifaux.
Disengaging is very easy to do, absolutely. I agree. I will discard a tactics token, create another objective. Ugh.
And then same over here.
Technically these guys could attack or whatever. Yeah, and then I'll jump over to these guys. Same thing. They're going to take a advance.
I could have wiped them. I didn't. I took one off.
And then I'll discard my last tactics token for one more, and that should conclude the game.
So we were at 5-4 coming.
We were at 5-3. 5-3.
No, there was only 1 point off.
Was it 4-3 then?
4-3.
You had 3 for sure.
I said 5-4, and then you corrected me 4-3.
Okay.
So it was 4-3. I will score
1.
1, and you will score 4. So it ends up
8 to
being 8-4. That's pretty damn decisive. Wow.
I mean, end of turn 4, it was 1 point apart. I really just, overkilled at the end there.
Yeah. All right, so that is the end of our one commander Allegiance box versus Allegiance box game. How did you feel about that?
I mean, a little context here. Jeff and I have not played this game in a long time, but we do have enough games under our belt, and my win rate against Abyssinia was abysmal, and playing against it felt really crappy. Granted, this was an Allegiance box game, and there's a whole bunch of factors that tie into that.
Right.
My first thought is that the nerfs to Abyssinia were probably well done. They feel meaningful. They feel like they open up new levels of interaction on your end. It's not just drawing cards and using them for whatever. You have to be careful about what you draw back.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, this felt like a lot of fun. I really had a good time here.
Yeah, it was definitely a fun game. I think tentatively I agree that the nerfs were... I think the nerfs were needed. They were necessary, obviously. Tentatively, I would say they seem like the adjustment was good. I think this is maybe not the best representation of how they're going to play because I would obviously build my list in a way that I would get a little bit more card draw out of it. And I also don't think I've run Prince Unathi since like the third game we played because I realized
you did not like
it was my third favorite and it was not close. I know that's a controversial take. Some people are going to probably get in the comments and be like, Prince Unathi is the best commander. I don't think he's very good at all.
It's a matter of preference.
Sure. But I think Lord of Steel is far and away the best.
He scares the shit out of me.
I think Casa with a Dreadnought is pretty wild.
Yep.
So it'll be interesting to get more reps in and see how they perform. You know, I think it being a one commander game changes a lot, especially because you were getting an extra tactics, so that gave you more opportunities to do objectives. And I think the fact that we were we just decided to play the core box was changed things a lot. So I'll be curious to see what happens when we switch it up. You know, play a traditional one commander game or a two commander game.
I'm excited to go two commander again. I feel like that's the sweet spot in my mind. That's the sweet spot.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get the pace of play. This was basically an all day game.
Sure.
And it was one commander, so we're gonna have to get a little bit faster about our speed of play to play two commander. But I think it's definitely doable. We just gotta get back to so many things. Like you said, it's been multiple years, so
for sure. No, but honestly, I think the pace was decent given we haven't played in so long. I think the game had a good back and forth up until the fifth turn there. I think.
Turn.
I think that was good.
Turn 3 things didn't go great for me. Turn 4 it was kind of like give and take, and then obviously turn 5. I mean, it was a long shot at that point for me, so it didn't really matter. I could have probably held it to a tighter differential if I hadn't just tried to go kill the Storm Siren, and also I spent an extra tactics token that I shouldn't have, and I could have maybe gotten another point out of it, but it wasn't going to change the outcome anyway, so whatever. It didn't.
It's also fair to point out that the Storm Siren is so much better on a 4x4. That extra 2 feet. I mean, like, look at how effectively I was able to just choke the entire board down.
Yeah, I mean, you did 90% of your damage with her on, and also like repositioning in ways that meant I couldn't do what I wanted.
Right.
It's pretty great.
Yeah, honestly, I've learned the hard way. I don't try to kill your boys. It's not how Horde specifically fights Abyssinia. Instead, I was just trying to keep my guys alive and slowly grind out, attrition you with activations to take out.
It's really tough, and I think this is exacerbated in a smaller game to an extent. But you have everything you hired at the beginning of the game on the board. Obviously, not all the bodies, but you have all the units plus an entire.
That spawning moon is my favorite, dude. The spawning moon is my favorite.
And they're buffed, so it's like I either have to have something that can reach out and touch them and kill them before you. I mean, even if I do, you'll bring them back. So, but yeah, just the fact that you're constantly bringing back everything that dies, I think, is harder to deal with in a smaller game.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But I'll be interested to see what happens when we play with a little bit more. And I want to send a huge thank you to the extremely cool kids here on Patreon, the Steam Powered Scoundrels, Dogmatize, and Devin. And thanks for watching.